Welcome everyone to the live Kerlington Aerospace and Allies press conference. You can ask questions in the chat for whichever group and we will answer. So let's get started. I realize I should have specified YouTube chat, you can ask questions. Just make sure you put the company name as a prefix to your question. From Luke Dowdy, what are your future plans for Kerlington Aerospace? So, we plan to keep working on the Nova 1 program, and we will eventually switch to the Nova 1 Heavy program, which I guess is technically part of the Nova 1 program, but it's a different version of it. It will be able to lift heavy payloads into low Earth orbit and high Earth orbit. It's going to be basically like the Falcon Heavy. It will have two Nova 1 cores as strap-on boosters, and we may do fuel cross-feed. So the outer boosters will feed into the center one. We also might pursue recovery in between those two programs, but time will tell. From Drew, what are Kerlington's future plans? Do you plan to do reusable rockets, and what do you plan to do for payloads? Uh, for future plans, we just went over this. We're going to keep pursuing Nova 1 and move on to Nova 1 Heavy. It's basically like Falcon Heavy. It's two Nova 1 cores strapped together. We might do crossfeed, so the side boosters constantly top off the center one for more efficiency. And reusable rockets, we might do that in between heavy and regular. And payloads, I'm not really sure what you mean by what do you plan to do for payloads, so you can elaborate on that a little bit more. What do we plan to launch into orbit? Mostly what customers send us. We might do a couple of our own. We're currently doing ComSat as a communications constellation for telemetry and camera downlink. Alright, for RASX, I haven't really heard of you before. What projects within the space industry are you working on? From Luke Dowdy again. So, RASX, you can go ahead.
Uh, so basically, RASX is like SpaceX in real life, and we are currently launching only the Falcon 9 because we're still working on it. And once Falcon 9 is done, by done I mean the new flight computer is done, so we can move on to Falcon Heavy and do more CRS missions and Crew Dragon and all that shit. Haha.
Can you just repeat the first part? There was some audio corruption. I don't know what it's called.
I said RASX is basically like SpaceX in real life, and we're currently working on Falcon 9. I mean, launching Falcon 9.
Alright, thank you. Alright, for RASX, do you plan to blow up ESA? I know my plan to launch rockets into RASX mission control. Oh, okay. I don't think he was expecting us to say that. Luke Daddy says RSP and BOA have you been to space? Oh, what have you been up to space wise? So I think BOA can go first, and then RSP.
Beyond Aerospace has had a few launches this year. Had a wait, let me there's problems So Beyond Aerospace has launched our Test F2 launch vehicle, and we have also launched actually yesterday our launched our V2 abort test, our V2 testing capsule abort test. Yes, I'm sorry about the echo. But yes. But we have more coming as the Concordia 1A will have its first test flight. And we will have the Orbiter 095 done. And then we have a lot more coming up this year.
Alright, Roblox space program, you can go now.
Alright, so as of right now, we're still working on getting our first shuttles into space. We just got started recently, so right now I believe we are planning to launch humans into space and work on that kind of thing. So that's a lot of what our plan is. Yep, that's it.
Alright, two more questions from Drew. We'll start with RSP again. I've never heard of you guys in the space industry. What do you guys do rockets-wise?
Yeah, I said it in the last one. Right now, we're just working on getting to space at all, so making our testing out our shuttle, our boosters, stuff like that.
Alright,
That's
another
all.
one for RASX. What do you plan to do now? I think that Mr. Ferrari is starting Blue Origin. What do you plan to do?
Yeah, I think we announced it in our Discord server about like 2 months ago. We currently having like a friendly competition or race, however you call it. Like who's the first one to reach Mars?
Sounds fun. Speaking of Discord servers, anyone watching the stream can go into the description to join our allies as servers. You should check them out. They're actually pretty cool. Pug says, why are none of you launching rockets down to the core? I'm not sure what that means. You would have to elaborate a bit more. Why not go to the Earth's core? Um, no one's even done that in real life. I'm not really sure how we would even pull that off.
I can.
Yep, go ahead.
I don't understand that question.
Yeah, he means, I guess, how would you dig down to the Earth's core? It's kind of a interesting thing to think about.
Yeah, but that's never been done. Earth's
Yeah.
core is hotter than the sun's surface.
Yeah, exactly. Farthest we've gone in real life is probably like a cave or something. Drew asks opinions on the real life Blue Origin. I think they're pretty cool. Doing some cool stuff. They're doing space tourism, which hasn't really been pursued, except for Virgin
I think it.
Galactic. But they've had some failures.
The
Would,
whole
any,
thing is a failure.
would anyone else like to elaborate on it?
I think it is an interesting company. They have not accomplished a lot, but I believe they will accomplish more in the future.
Anyone else?
I hate them.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I understand.
Any other questions? For Beyond Orbit Aerospace, what rockets are you guys working on?
The vehicles we are working on is the test stats free vehicle, the Orbiter 095, and the Concordia 1A launch vehicle right now. The Orbiter 095 is a super heavy lift launch vehicle that can carry like I don't know the exact specs right now of the yeah, it can do about 5 tons, 95 tons to low Earth orbit, and it can take a fairly large payload to high Earth orbit, or even or the lunar orbit. Lunar orbit.
All right. Luke Dowdy asks, how do you feel about the delayed SLS static fire? Do you believe SLS should continue development or be scrapped? So, personally, I think SLS is pretty cool. It's got a lot of hate because uh, it's like for the government. They just want, Congress wants their own rocket, I guess, so they can control something. I don't really know a lot about it, but Artemis program is pretty ambitious. NASA plans to launch humans on the first flight, I'm pretty sure, which is going to be a flight around the moon. So, yeah, it's pretty cool.
I think the vehicle is very, very interesting. Even though there was a partial failure yesterday, I would say, I still think we can get somewhere with this launch vehicle.
Alright. Drew asks, to Beyond Orbit Aerospace, what's your Discord username?
My Discord username is HingenMusic1 #8021.
Alright. GTA asks, to BAA, RSP, and Kerlington, what do you guys want to achieve this year? I'll start off first. I would like to achieve a lot of things. I want to start on the Nova 1 program. I'm sorry, the Nova 1 Heavy program. And possibly experiment with reusable rockets. Most likely parachute down, no propulsive landings. RSP, you can go next.
All right. This year we would first of all like to get into space, maybe launch a mission to the moon. That would be a pretty good goal. But we're trying not to be too ambitious until we know what we're working with.
Alright, Beyond Orbit Aerospace, you can go next.
For launching humans into space, we are looking to launching humans to a space station, and we are also looking to hopefully getting into lunar orbit.
Alright, Drew asks
And
to, I guess, RASX, what's your opinion on CR Freak, which is the CEO?
Yeah, that's a stupid question, but I'll
Yeah.
answer that. Yeah, we got amazing CEO in RASX. He helps a lot, and yeah, you have great communications with other groups like Kerlington and ESA and all stuff.
And Drew's going off on the chat. Any other questions?
Wait, can they hear us? I think yeah.
Question for RASX. Do you plan to ally with Roblox Space Program or a BOA?
Okay, I'm not sure if I really can answer this question, but about RSP, I never heard about your group, and as you said, you still didn't achieve like low Earth orbit with like space. So I'm not sure if we can actually lie with you, but about BOA, maybe we can need to talk about this.
Alright, Luke Dowdy, anyone, if recovery was going to be attempted rather than using existing ways for recovery, like landing legs mainly, how would you creatively recover a rocket?
That's hard.
Yeah, there's not really many recovery methods that haven't been discovered. Main one is either propulsive or parachute. But Rocket Lab is actually pretty cool. They're catching
Actually,
it with a
maybe
helicopter.
yeah, maybe I'm gonna land a Falcon 9 booster on a potato. I'm not sure.
Alright. It's actually pretty unique.
Yeah.
well, Beyond Orbit Aerospace is looking to recover our Orbiter 095 booster with propulsively.
Wait, I got an idea. Wait, maybe we can just like do an landing burn, but it won't like slow down the rocket to 0, but like have it like on 1 kilometers. I mean 1,000 kilometer per hour, and just like fall on a trampoline or something.
Yeah, trampoline.
Yeah.
Bouncy castle. Like the one tweet Elon made
Yeah.
about recovering the second stage.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, or you could just strap some wings to it, like the Soviet Union planned to do with the Buran boosters, and just glide them back to a runway.
I think I'll do the trampoline idea.
Yeah, that one seems pretty fun. Does anyone else have any more questions? Do any of our allies have questions for other allies in this voice call?
Actually, I have a question for I actually have a question for Kerlington Aerospace.
Yeah, go ahead.
So Kerlington Aerospace, what do you know ways of like do you know what you will do past Nova 1? Will there be a Nova 2 or a Nova or what other vehicles will you have?
Oh, so just like completely past the Nova 1 vehicle. Um, we will probably pursue a crew-capable launch vehicle, so we can maybe launch humans into orbit. Maybe possibly interplanetary. We don't know yet.
Interesting.
Drew has a question to RASX. Do you plan to do anything with allies, specifically ESA?
Well, if I'm not wrong, we were like working on a new satellite to launch to LEO, I mean low Earth orbit, and I think maybe we can do like ride shares, like launch Starlink on their like blah on their rockets, maybe.
Sounds good. Oh yeah, Drew. Speaking about Cybertruck satellites, we actually launched CTDM-1 mission for Rocket Glide Aerospace, one of our allies who couldn't attend here, unfortunately. It was basically a gray Lego brick that looked like a Cybertruck. It's actually pretty cool. You should check it out. Luke Dowdy asked anyone, do you think having a contractor program would work, as in hiring contractors to make separate pieces of a rocket? So I guess that's similar to NASA, what they do. Anyone
Well,
can answer.
actually, yeah, I might consider that.
I think it would be useful to take some of the load off of one company or group or whatever. We might consider it for future launch vehicles or spacecraft. Question from BOA: where did you get the name Kerlington Aerospace? It's inspired by Kerbal Space Program. 'Cause, you know, they put K in front of everything. So, pretty sure it's actually one of the part manufacturers in KSP, Kerlington something. So yeah, that's where we kind of took the name from. Seemed cool. If there's no more questions, we might end the stream soon.
It's good.
Question for RASX. What are your thoughts on the Falcon 9? Do you think it could be improved anymore?
All right. I believe we always can improve things in RASX and like in everything in your life. We're currently working on FCV3, which is basically a new version for our flight computer of the Falcon 9. And we have a lot of plans to upgrade the flight computer and the model itself. So yeah, I think we do. I think we can improve a lot.
Why did ESA not come to this? We actually aren't allied with ESA. Surprisingly. Keep your DMs open after the stream. See if we can hit 10 viewers. We have 8 concurrent viewers. Oh my god. I haven't been using my push to talk. Okay. Never mind. Luke Dowdy says, everyone in the event of a rocket filled with propellant tipping over but not exploding, how would you safely defuse the situation? I'm not really sure how that would happen, but we'd probably just trigger this flight termination system and just have it blow up. It's easier blowing up the rocket and rooting the launch complex than risking lives. Anyone else want to contribute?
I
Yeah.
absolutely agree with you.
Alright.
Yeah, that's about what I would do.
Drew asked for BOA. I noticed in your capsule abort test it looked like particles are coming out of the capsule, not escape tower. BOA, you want to give an explanation? Not really sure what he's talking about.
I do not know exactly what you're talking about, but the plumes will be getting better in the future.
Alright.
As we progress more and more on.
Yeah, I hope to see that. Oh, he said don't answer it. Okay. Alright, final questions before we end the stream. We've been going for almost an hour now. So get your questions in. How is the stream quality? Can anyone report on that? Is it going good 1080p 60 FPS? Oh, hi Aviation. Look, Daddy asked, do you plan on making conferences like these in an open game in the future? Yeah, actually we might. Because that'd be cool having an actual audience rather than just, this. But, yeah, we'll probably make it a live event. Alright, I think we should end the stream here. Y'all agree?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah, it's
agree.
getting kind of boring. Alright, so yeah, unfortunately we're gonna end the stream here. Thank you to our allies for participating, and thank you all for watching.